everything going smoothly for you so far?
Even the slightest chance for error.
Oh, tremendous. Must see this through.
All we can do is our best.
Do you hear it? The great serpent speaks to you, guides.
My sister is stubborn.
I have seen visions of Anesco searching for one bold enough to enter the heart of the vortex. And now that you are here, I know your arrival was no accident, but rather providence. And yet, you crossed paths with the Oracle and found our city hidden among the stars. The great serpent drew a path for you, trickles of the greater plan drawing you here. But rest assured, all will be revealed when you journey north. At the edge of the crater, you will find a cave carved by the anomaly. There, you will make contact with a Nazco Varun. It is as the great serpent foretold. In my visions, I witnessed two futures. In the first, you breached the scaled citadel, but found Anasco had sunk too far into the void. And in time, all of Dazra was consumed along with him. Indeed, but there is another path. In the second future, I saw you make contact with Anasco, entering a cave through a formless wall. At its terminus was a gate, a path into the realm where our speaker resides. You stepped into this void, and in that moment, something changed. The false future, rewritten.
Roughly speaking, it could be that entering the vortex directly would allow you to speak with him. And while my readings do not show any anomalous activity, I admit there's a lot of interference. Still, that only emphasizes the potential danger involved here. I cannot approve of such an excursion on the minute chance Anasco is present. The closer one ventures to the heart of the anomaly, the closer they are to the phantoms and horrors that lie within. Moreover, if this cave was cut open by the calamity itself, then it is an unnatural formation and highly unstable. I am no heretic, but to risk so much on a vision, it is a leap of faith I cannot condone. I will not stand in your way, however, as Inaza has stood in ours.
You may not realize it now, dear brother, but our goals are one and the same. Then you must embark to the northern edge of the crater. You will find an entrance there, one that has no form. Step through it, find Anasco, and complete the vision. Only then will his voice be heard.
Any new updates or concerns?
Well, I'm still hoping hoping Helstukev could provide some background for the basis of this situation. But I'm also not holding my breath.
You heard that, right? What? Did they just... Is that the best you've got? You have to show me where you learned that someday.
I speak into this void. It answers with silence. Have you abandoned me, Great Serpent? Do you not hear my pleas? You understand me? Hear my voice. But I do not know you. I hesitate to ask, but what manner of being are you? Do you truly serve his will? And now you stand here, a member of the Promised, guided by him. I have reached out so many times to hear nothing but echoes. Yet you, an outsider, hear me plain. And for the first time, I hear you. Clearly your arrival here is fated. By stepping into this void, we are now linked. There is still reason to hope. The Great Serpent will see us through. But time is short. The bridge collapses. The gate is still open. The experiment still runs. Find me in the Scaled Citadel. I will wait for you there.
They didn't stand a chance.
The Great Serpent has filled you with purpose. Is that not beautiful? You return. What news do you have of Anasco? Then my vision did not betray me.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
There is no need, brother. Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything that could aid us in his extraction? Yes, the pinnacle of the Citadel was modified to house the equipment to create a gate to the Vortex. If it still runs, that would explain everything we have experienced since the initial incident.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for Anasco's return, I sense he is lost, fading. But when I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt Anasco's presence clear and distinct. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, a similar bond had been established. I believe the same is true for you and Anasco.
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this happened, but for now, let us assume my sister is correct.
And that is the essence of faith. I do not know what lies ahead. My visions do not go beyond this point. But I do know this link would play a role. In fact, I am certain of it.
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete the mourning device.
Can't be serious granting them an audience. This is exactly the impression we don't want to give.
Please, Jamal.
May the
Don't you
Great
see
Serpent
how all
bless
this
you.
works in our favor? It's not up for discussion. I won't risk what we've worked so hard to achieve. It's done. So, Akris has sent our newest diviner to inquire about Sahima. Don't worry. Jamal's already told me all about you. I'm Razma, Elder of House Kadik and head of the Ministry of Conjunction. You're right. It's not wise to waste time on pleasantries, especially now. Besides, who am I to argue with the Great Serpent's choice? I know the Council is looking to Sahima for answers, but the truth is, she's been taken, along with other members of the House. They're being held hostage by zealots, and now they're demanding negotiations. As much as I'd welcome the expertise, the zealots would never allow an outsider to participate. But the negotiations aren't where I need assistance. The zealots have yet to name specifics. At best, they'll demand an inordinate amount of credits or firearms. Worst case, a seat at the High Council or even the reinstatement of their house. House Malene. They know we can't risk Sahima for Dazra's sake. So, they won't hold back when it comes to demands. Aha. My thoughts exactly. Normally I'd have agents doing everything possible to find them. But we too suffered losses. We need to be here. Present. I couldn't risk more lives. It's the only reason I even agreed to these negotiations. But now that you're here, I can finally take action. And that is where the issue lies. I don't know where the zealots are keeping Sahima, but I have a good idea who does. Their name is Merrick. Merrick is a Kadik, and they also work for me as an agent in the Ministry of Conjunction. This is where matters get complicated. Then you can put those skills to good use. As I said, Merrick works for me in the Ministry of Conjunction. They've been establishing an inside relationship with the Zealots for some time now, on my orders. Forcing them to give up the information could jeopardize all they've worked for. So don't expect them to be forthcoming. Get the information any way you see fit, as long as no physical harm comes to them. See that you do. You'll find Merrick upstairs in the meditation room.
You're no member of House Kadik. What are you doing here? And you are? Ah, the heretic turned promised. I was wondering when our paths would cross. So tell me, what would a chosen one such as yourself want with someone like me? I'm sorry. Did you say zealots? Why would I know anything about such extremists? Absolutely ridiculous. So much for confidentiality. I guess this means the High Council is still asking Auntie Razma where Sahima is. And if you're here making demands, she obviously has decided to make use of you rather than undergo sincere negotiations. I see what's going on here. On the contrary, I know how important it is to keep that information confidential. I've worked hard to obtain my position with the Zealots. And like I've told Rosma 1,000 times, I have no reason to believe they're going to hurt my dear cousins, especially Sahima. So, as far as I'm concerned, that information stays with me. You make a good point, for an outsider. And perhaps I should take your presence here as a sign. The location you're looking for is Shadow Station Epsilon. It's an old Varun base that they've taken over for themselves. Rosma will know it. Let her tell you the details, seeing as how I'm about to be reassigned. You do that.
You must have gotten the location. Ah, yes, the old Varun military outpost. It's a remnant of the Serpent's Crusade. If my intel is correct, you can find Shadow Station Epsilon in the Badlands, north of Dazra. I can send you the coordinates. The sooner the better. Now that we have a rescue mission underway, I'll speak to Merrick about setting up the negotiations. I expect them to be pliable after their last encounter with you. The current plan is to hold them at one of the geothermal power stations. Meet us there when Sahima and the others are safe. Good. Serpent willing. I'll stall the Zealots as long as... That being said, I'd still appreciate it. Now, Jamal wants an update before you leave. Just don't let her distract.
Diviner, a word before you go? Tell me, Diviner, what do you know about the Zealots? An oversimplified observation, but correct nonetheless. The Zealots are widely frowned upon within our society. They're a remnant of the Serpent's Crusade, days we'd like to forget. Has my dear sister given you any history on our house's relations with the Zealots? I'm surprised she even mentioned that much. Rasma would have everyone believe she only wishes to keep an eye on the Zealots, so the Council can make informed decisions. The truth is, she's had this particular group of Zealots under her thumb for quite some time. This is only a problem now because she's lost control. That is the real reason why Rasma hasn't informed the High Council, and I'm sworn to silence. Exactly. House Kadik already has a reputation for being sympathetic to the Zealots, but the truth is far worse. Rasma wants the Zealots to back House Kadik, so the balance of power between the noble houses would shift to us. She's been employing them, paying them in supplies that aid their blind crusade. The Council knows nothing of her work with the Zealots, and I aim to keep it that way. All elders have their own ambitions. I'm certain that's all they see. What none of us expected was the disaster that is the Scaled Citadel. The aftermath is what allowed the Zealots to grab Sahima and the others, flipping the balance of power in their favor. Rasma has lost control, and is putting House Kadik's reputation and power at risk. And that's what I wish to speak to you about. House Kadik shouldn't be associating with zealots at all, except on an extermination level. But worse, we absolutely cannot be supplying them with ordnance of any kind. We need to cut ties with the zealots altogether. How astute. I want you to put an end to any connections between House Kadik and the Zealots. And while my position won't allow me to be blunt, I'll still make it clear. Should the hostages not survive, Rasma would blame the Zealots and cut all ties. Perhaps you don't understand. These noble houses have existed for generations. The people look up to us to guide them under the will of the Great Serpent. The fall of a noble house would put everything into question. And with the state Dazra is in right now, I won't allow that to happen. I'm doing what I must to preserve this house. All you need to get is Sahima's research, which she has with her. Think about it if you must. But if you care about your people, you'll come to the same conclusion as I have. And when you do, just know that we can't afford any loose ends. No witnesses. As far as everyone else is concerned, the hostages were dead when you arrived, and you exacted revenge in House Kadik's name. Of course not. But in this situation, it is the most effective means to an end. As a mediary, I am constantly weighing decisions based on both immediate and long-term consequences. This decision is awful, I know that. But the far-reaching consequences are worth the sacrifice. I trust you'll make the right decision. Until then, I'll see you at the negotiations.
I wonder what your presence here means for the Ministry of...
The suit's integrity look good. They're ready when we need them. Tossing one out! You better run while you can! Got him! I've got you now! Let's end this! Ah, it's gone. Sorry about that.
Zealot had a key. You have to get me out of here. Who are you? Wait, I can't just leave. It's more than just me. There are others. The Zealots have been using them to force me to continue my research here. They think I have all the answers since the original experiment was a catastrophic failure. The original experiment. The one that took out half of Dazra and sealed off the Scaled Citadel. Surely you must know. I'm sorry. I realize the elders and council members may not be properly disseminating this information. I'm not one for politics, obviously. Are you saying my theory is correct? I knew it! I told them their algorithms and insufficient testing were only giving the illusion of stability. But no one wants to listen to me. Not the girl who put people twice my age to shame when it came to assessments. Of course, this is what it would take for Razma to send someone after me. Negotiations? Oh, right. I'd almost forgotten. I overheard the Zealots mention negotiating with House Kadik, so the motivations are clear. Not only does the High Council deem me important, but Razma needs to remove me from the equation. I get it. But at least now everyone knows I was right. All right. First, we need to free the other hostages. The Zealots aren't aware of how I've been delving into their systems here. I told them I needed full access if they expect me to replicate Anasco's experiment, and I didn't even bother with risk assessment. They think I'm applying my theories to their poor excuse for technology down here. Granted, I could probably make it work if I had to. Right. Focus. The other hostages are being kept just beyond this room. You just have to clear out that area first. Oh, I'm not going anywhere yet. While you get the rescue underway, I'm going to set up certain guarantees. I'll meet you in the other. And a well-thought-out one at that. I just need enough time to set up a remote device so I can launch a virus that will render this place. Think of it as a failsafe to guarantee our safety. The Zealots would never risk this base or their ships. Good. I'll see you outside.
Can I do that too?
merciful. Has
Who are
help
you?
finally arrived?
You aren't a zealot. Who are you? Thank the serpent. So that means she's safe? I wish it were that easy. The zealots separated us. Our brethren are still out there. Please, I can ready my people here, but you'll have to deal with the zealots and rescue the others so we may all escape safely. We'll be ready.
I've not seen my sister in days. Great Serpent, I pray nothing has happened to her.
Grenade out! You're done! Yeah, give it your best shot! Won't be hearing from them again. Let's see what you got.
Throwing a grenade! You cannot win! Come to die, have you?
Watch that grenade!
Right. Prepare for judgment! Onward, Snark!
You're done! Grenade!
You're exposed! Take cover! You fight for there! Your course shall be the great serpent!
Throwing a grenade!
Serpent, save me. Thank the serpent. I thought I was done for. Thank you. Thank you.
Is this the... The Great Serpent has heard me. Thank you.
I still can't believe it.
I can't thank you
You did
enough for
it!
saving us.
It's true what they say. The air really does smell fresher.
Serpent, bless you. We owe you our lives. Thank you.
Correction, it's time for you to get back. I'm going to stay back a moment and make sure everyone here is okay to make it back safely. I'll catch up with you shortly. Just let me know where the negotiations are taking place. Don't worry. Razma came through for me. It's only fair I return the favor. I'll be there when it counts.
We won't get much further without our suits.
Is your intent to be unreasonable the whole time? I thought this was a negotiation.
We're having a friendly chat, aren't we? It's not my fault you don't find my offers acceptable.
Nah, just the person I wanted to see. Please tell me you bring good news. Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Razma, who is this? You allow any commoner to just waltz in on official business. I'd expect better security from House Kadik.
This is hardly official business.
Yes. And now these so-called negotiations are over.
Over? You'd risk everything after the whispers of a stranger. I demand to know who this is. You think the fleet scares me? Only a complete fool would expect me to believe this.
It's true, Mihail. And if you don't leave now, peacefully, I'll make sure your ships and Shadow Station Epsilon are made dust.
You... How did you... You're bluffing.
Test me. You think a genius mind like mine wouldn't find a way to hack into every system in your base? This remote device will launch a virus that will detonate systems within Epsilon, and reach your ships as well.
You realize how this may affect future partnerships, Razma. You'd jeopardize our connections.
It jeopardizes nothing. It merely restores the natural order.
The natural order. I could take you all out here and now. You know every one of us is prepared to answer the Serpent's call.
You're so willing to sacrifice your allies at Shadow Station Epsilon?
You don't think they're as prepared as we are? We all answer the call, and if that day is today, so be it. No, but it's the death they know is possible. Besides, you think I'd turn my back on the insults thrown here today?
You mean, do we think you'd throw away your life and the lives of everyone at Shadow Station Epsilon over your pride, Mihail? No, I for one don't think you will. And you can't deny our partnerships have been beneficial for us both.
We'll see about that. My brethren were willing to die for our cause. You think we're not prepared to make the same sacrifice? They are our more valuable assets. The Serpent would lose a very efficient disciple. A stronger point. Perhaps you speak true after all. All right. I won't deny my brethren the death they deserve. But I won't forget this either. Don't think this won't change anything, Razma.
Things have already changed, Mihail. From the moment you kidnapped House members. These negotiations are over. Now leave us.
That was intense.
Something I...
House Kadik is in your debt.
As am I. I owe you my life.
Sahima, you are a part of this house.
I know. I just wanted to say thank you. Personally. And here, it's the research and algorithm the High Council wants. I'm sure they'll appreciate it more coming from you. You're welcome. It's been quite the life experience I've had lately. If you have any spare time, maybe come find me later? Great. You can find me at the Great House whenever you get the chance.
We'll talk later, Sahima. As I was saying, House Kadik is in your debt. You've helped me maintain a very precarious balance. As for what you've learned here in regards to the Zealots, I'd appreciate it if you kept this a secret. A fair price to pay for silence. The others involved know better than to speak of this. As much as it disappoints me, I can't say I'm surprised. Jamal's never cared for our view with the Zealots. And she has no love for those taken. But this is what makes her an excellent mediary. I know so. And wouldn't expect an outsider, promised or not, to understand. Now, I have much to do, and so do you. Ekris and the High Council will be expecting you.
Hold up. I think it's time to put on our suits.
It is difficult to imagine that.
I pray Razma and Hasmek are more forthcoming. Ah, were you able to find Sahima? Perfect. I have no doubt Sahima's work is the key to stabilizing the morning device. If only the others had listened to her, we may not have lost so much of our great city. This leaves House Durkef. I pray they are cooperative. There's no telling how much time we have. And before I forget, I've been told to inform you that the Council has now granted you access to the armory in the keep. Seems they're pleased with your work.
Great Serpent, please help me. I am... No loitering!
What do you want? I do not waste people's time. If you need my goods, I do not know what to make of your arrival. However, now, what do you... Your credits are worth the same as ever.
Looks like I have full permission to sell to you now. Well, look who it is. Dazra's very own guest of honor. You must have friends in high places, as I have been authorized to trade with you. I have some impressive firepower on offer.
Is there something you needed, brethren?
I hate to be the one to tell you, but they are discontinuing the investigation into your current subject.
I knew this would happen. The moment I knew the subject was part of a noble house, I knew I would be shut down. Why allow me to even waste the time?
Accept your duty and channel that energy into your next assignment. Ours is a complex world, and you know it. So careful what you say in public.
Of course I do. Now, what are you buying? I am sure something... I would need some stopping power, huh? They will not know.
pray that the Great Serpent will deliver us.
I'm sorry.
Do not move. You have committed a grave offense.
I
Problem?
am sorry. Please, have mercy. I am starving. I cannot sleep. I cannot think due to my hunger.
You are not the only one suffering. Your actions have deprived another of precious
I
food.
pray this experience is
will
enough
await
to
your
lead
punishment at the
Warhol and
security
Amira to
center.
repair their relationship.
Come along.
No, no, please.
Move!
Then, in the year 2240, House of... Well, the settled systems think they did.
To stay on equal footing with the outsiders, we must rebuild Dazra to its former glory.
May the Great Serpent guide you.
Excuse me, Diviner. Can I have a word? The request for aid and supplies never cease.
Yes?
Miss, I'm sorry, but I cannot just give you supplies. We are stretched. We have examined...
The Great Serpent's plan for us is sometimes hard to discern.
Other patients are in...
Diviner, I'm glad to see you. Malibor has kept me informed of the situation. The deadlock of the High Council. I hope your presence here means things have changed. Good. Good. I'm pleased that the Council is once again working towards a solution. It felt wrong not to help. Do you know where I was when it happened? The incident, they call it. I was in the temple next door, conversing with my cousin. I was in the middle of replying to him about... you know? I don't even recall. Some meaningless bit of family drama, I am sure. One moment he was there, and the next, gone. My cousin, the floor, the wall, just gone. I found myself looking out at the scaled citadel, unable to comprehend. And now, here I stand, the elder of House Dulkev. My loss? Yes, I suppose. Although, from an outside perspective, one could consider it a fair trade, given my new role. Perhaps even a gain. Hardly. I was quite comfortable with my position within House Dulkev, and fully expected to remain where I was. You cannot imagine it. A meter's distance was all that separated me from whatever has become of Dazra. I find that through all the chaos and the scrambling since, my mind drifts back to that moment. I could be gone as well. But here I remain, spared. And I do not know why. Hopefully you can deliver them from this. But what comes after? What about the next trial? I'm sorry. I should shoulder my own burdens, not force them upon you. I've grown so tired of the Council squabbling, and I want no further part in it. I have no demands, no requests. All must serve. And House Dulkev is no exception. The Speaker has always been the guiding light of House Varun. In his absence, it is of no surprise that some would find themselves lost, stumbling in the dark. Here is what I can tell you. Sometime before our current calamity, Enesco Varun approached me looking for information about his grandfather's time. He was frustrated at the lack of progress. House Dulkev keeps extensive records, you see. While I was never told the exact reason behind the inquiry, I was able to deduce a fair amount. I provided him with the shipping manifests from the time of the Serpent's Crusade, materials and equipment that suggested some highly specialized research. I told Enesco where those materials had been sent. Weeks later, well, you've seen the Citadel. You know as well as any where we are now. The timing is too close to be coincidence. Enesco returned from the site in unusually good spirits. He boasted of something called the Vortex Interlock, and that it was the key to unlocking some new unseen potential. Whatever records exist of this interlock were swallowed up with the Citadel. And as for the original site, executors were sent, but did not return. So I suggest you visit Malin Dam to the southeast. It is the only place to learn more about these vortex interlocks and what connection they may have to the events at the Citadel. And should your search be fruitful, make sure it is known that House Dulkev was proud to serve when called.
I am hungry.
And guess what she tells me?
Proceed.
Sloth. 10 wasted years. Laying next to a body that could not care less about me.
You can't get in there, not unless you have a card. What are you thinking about? Hello? It's fine. It was built extra strong, and the railings are all sturdy. There aren't any sharp edges. So, you're trying to get in there? You're not the first person to come here recently, you know? Anasco Varun himself was here. I saw him, but he didn't talk to me. And there were too many other people around him. They all looked really serious. I heard he disappeared. Is that true? I never saw him come back out of the dam. But I did see them go in. They had cards that let them open the door. I found one after they'd left. I thought about using it, but I didn't want to get in trouble. Kavil said I should give it to him for safekeeping. So I did. Maybe he'll let you have it. Okay, good luck.
If we're planning to poke around out there, we'll need to wear our suits.
I would say you caught us on a bad day, but they're all like this. No offense, but it's not your property. I only wish to serve, I swear. You are right, though. Here, take it.
Warning. Power fluctuations detected. Routing to compensate. Drainage pump control bypassed.
You are not welcome here. You will leave immediately. This is your only warning. I do not care what you think you need. Jinan Baron himself charged us with the protection of this facility. It was his last order, and it will be carried out. And yet, his orders were clear. That he has passed on does not matter. The work done here must be safeguarded, protected, never permitted to leave. None but the Speaker may decide otherwise. And you are not the Speaker. You were warned. You did not listen. There is not. The Speaker's orders will be carried out. You must die. think you would be rid of me so easily? The arrogance! The work done here has tied us to this place for all time. That is why we have agreed to guard it.
Sister, have you not finished this game? You should have heeded Courageous words in the beginning, little one. This is no place for you.
The outcome has not changed, Vedrasi. We are still in control here. I have my orders, and I will follow them. Do you even understand why you are here? What it is you are looking for? This seems a fool's errand. Jinan Varun believed the same, at least in the beginning. You should have left when you had the chance.
We're losing blood over here! Watch out! I bet that artifact will use power, huh? They were just here a second ago.
you not grow weary of this? I assure you, it will not end. You are the one with the power to change this, either by turning around or dying.
This is turning into a most exhilarating exercise.
All this noise over one little trespasser. Let us be done with this already.
The experiments here have ensured our resilience. We endure because it has been ordered of us. House Faroon's return to greatness begins with the work done here. And until that time comes, we will keep it safe. I cannot. The Speaker gave orders. He speaks for the Great Serpent. The orders must be followed.
Throwing a grenade!
Do you not grow? You...
This is...
All this.
The experiments? House Faroon? I cannot.
Watch out! Out of the way! I'm hit! Is that the best you got?
Warning. Power grid destabilized. Containment fields failing. Backup systems risk overload. Consider manual shutdown at the earliest convenience.
That's it for them!
There is no chance for you.
I've got you now! Get out! That was a fight, eh?
No! You utter fool! Do you have any idea what you have done? Those interlocks power our pods. You have killed Vedrasa. What is more, you have disrupted the flow of power within the dam. You are one step from dooming those farmers on the surface. All right, hero. You have proven yourself a commendable opponent. But now, you have a choice to make. If you can remove the remaining interlock, you will have bested us. But you will ruin the lives of those above us. Or we can continue this contest of wills and see which of us is stronger. The choice is yours. But we do. My dedication to the Great Serpent demands my obedience to his Speaker's orders. You will fall!
Incredible!
making several adjustments since we gained access to the power grid. I am old and my eyesight is not what it used to be, but I know the face of success when I see it. Your lead from House Dulkev paid off. I did not, but it does not surprise me. So many projects over the decades. So many secrets. So few successes. I have heard of such a thing. Recently, in fact, just before the accident. That is apparently not a coincidence. We do not need it for the device, but if this accounts for some of the leaps in progress in the Citadel, you may wish to hold on to it. As much as I have devoted my life to science, one cannot deny that there is an occasional spark of the divine. The Great Serpent has use for this. And you, still to come. Your timing is excellent, in fact. I believe we are ready to proceed. Just a few quick preparations. Creating the necessary connections. It is done. Diviner, will you do us the honor? All personnel to stations. Clear the platform.
Activating power grid interlink.
Powering grav drive.
Field projector, standing by.
Extending stabilizers.
Grav field, stable.
Capacitors fully charged.
All stations reporting. Ready to proceed with targeting.
Targeting system engaged.
Calibrating lens array.
Adjusting counterweights.
Locking axial tilt. Device is in position.
It's time. On your mark. Fire!
This flame shall pierce the shell of the world.
Focus.
Beam on target.
Compensating for recoil.
It is working. Steady.
Attempting to stabilize. Detecting graviton flux.
Fluctuations in the grav field.
Hold. Hold! We cannot fail the speaker now.
Rerouting power.
Burning out.
Enough! Shut it down!
Cutting power.
Grav drive, cycling down.
Turning to 0 points.
Retracting stabilizers.
Shutdown complete.
Clear! Well done, all. Well done. We have done all we can. I am sure the Council is waiting to speak with you.
It is done.
I was not certain this would work, but it seems the Serpent has blessed us.
You have always lacked faith, Dulkev.
One could argue that faith got us into this mess in the first place.
Enough! It is time for action, not bickering.
Agreed. We must secure the Citadel. Send in everyone.
Are you mad? We have no idea how stable this is. No idea what is happening inside.
Time is a luxury we do not have. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk. It is only fitting that it should be you.
Really? I do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? Hmm? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasco. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but... the Speaker must be your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasco back to us. I pray it will be so. May the Serpent guide you on your path. We will speak again soon, I hope.
Greetings.
Hear me! Now is not the time for doubt. Now is the time for
Ministry of
devotion,
State is
for
ever
loyalty,
watchful. Remain
for the
true
great
or
servant that
suffer
shows
Varric's fate.
himself and the power he wields. Do not be afraid, be joyful. Come together and rejoice, for through this tragedy, our salvation has been proven without